What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. This video I kind of wanted to talk about for a while now. The big topic in the NFL is the two cases of domestic violence and child abuse. It's a real thing out there, and not many people know how serious it is until they see it firsthand. And so just sharing about it. Ray Rice, nothing against his playing, ability and everything, but for him to actually put his hands on his wife and on another woman is just crazy to think about. And then hearing in the media that a man is hitting his wife, and this man is looked up to. This guy's a role model. It's just heartbreaking, really. It's really showing the youth a different image, and that's something that really hits me, because I'm all about being a role model. I'm all about trying to guide the youth in the right direction. And then Adrian Peterson, one of the best running backs, and for him to do that much damage on his kid is it's crazy too. But coming from my perspective, I've seen it all. I feel like just growing up in that type of household, seeing domestic violence, right in front of me. My dad, my family, we had so many times where it happened, and I was just too young to do anything about it. I can remember a time where my dad was really violent with my mom, grabbing her, pushing her and stuff, and my uncle was always there to kind of stop him and kind of be the security guard for my family and everything. I really looked up to my uncle for that. As a Samoan, I feel like it's in our culture to have discipline. I feel like you can't raise your kids without discipline. And that's how it was in my household. We're gonna make sure that you respect your elders, and if you get out of line, you're gonna get a hand, you're gonna get a belt, you're gonna get the closest thing that they can grab. But there is that time where it gets too dangerous. I remember a time where my brother got a vacuum, not necessarily from my mom, but from another relative, and it gets out of hand, and you don't know what to do because you're so young, and you don't have that physical appearance to stop everything, and there's nothing you can really do, but just be quiet, because that's how I was too. I never said anything, and so me just growing up, seeing my dad be abusive to my older brother, being abusive to my mom, it's just something that I never liked seeing, and I always had my uncle to go to, because he was that guy that would stand up for us and make sure that we had a straight household. My mom's a strong woman, and so she never showed any pain, but we always went over there to comfort her and everything when we seen her crying, and that was the main reason why we moved a lot growing up. We moved from California to Washington, Tacoma, Washington, lived with my mom's cousin, and kind of made a living there. And then Dad came back, talked to my mom, talked her into moving in with him again. And, the same thing just repeated again, and we ended up leaving him, moving around in Auburn, and just moving back and forth, trying to find a place to stay, trying to stay away from my dad and that whole mess. And then in the end, we had my uncle come up and live with us, and he was kind of there to be our father figure, and just having that whole thing, and seeing my mom a lot happier with my uncle being there and being safe and feeling safe, and it just made me want to grow up faster, want to be an adult already, so I could take care of my mom, so I could provide for her and be safe and have her feel safe. Just seeing all this happening, all the domestic violence, all the arguments, all the disciplines. Just seeing all that growing up, it most definitely affected me growing up. Just thinking, coming home to a household that is, crazy, you're gonna get disciplined. It always had me thinking, like I don't wanna, mess up in school, or I don't wanna do this, so I don't put myself in, that situation to have to be disciplined in. Or, if it was my dad, coming home and abusing, my mom or my brother, I was, in my head, I was thinking I didn't want to come home and see that happen, because I was too young to do anything. I was too young to stand up. But most definitely, just for the older siblings out there, adults out there, just know that you have little eyes watching you. You don't want them to end up hurting their kids, hurting their relationship with their fiance or wife or husband, and so just treat them the way that you wanted to be treated as a kid, honestly. Yeah. So just in closing, man, just remember that you always have somebody watching, even though you feel like you may not be a role model, or you may not be an impact on somebody's life. Everything you do, just make sure that you're putting the right example out there for them. Stay away from the domestic violence, the hating, the discrimination. Just keep it all PG for real. And that's all I got. Thank you for watching again, and I hope that you learn from this video, and you give me feedback.